Do you use pipe screens when you're smoking? They make a lot of different screens that you can put in your bowl to prevent any flour or any ash from going through. And they, for the most part, help you keep your piece a little bit cleaner and in some cases help you waste a little bit less. I actually used to use pipe screens every day. I'd recommend them to people as a way to help keep their pieces cleaner and help them waste a little bit less. Sometimes when you snap your bowl too early, you're pulling unburnt flour. But in the last few years, I've decided that I don't want to use screens anymore and that the benefits really aren't all that great for me. So I've used a lot of things like these stainless steel screens. I've had brass screens. I've had glass screens. They make quartz screens. There's a lot of different types of screens that you can get for your bowl. And for some people, they're really great. But here's my experience and why I don't really like them that much. So with these metal screens specifically, while they do prevent any flour or ash from going through, you smoke in the metal to a certain extent. I've looked up articles online. A lot of places say, oh no, stainless steel screens are totally safe. Using metal screens are totally safe. But almost every single website that you find that on is selling the screens or is trying to refer the sale to them. There's no actual studies on this. A lot of places say that the boiling point's too high and that your bowl's not getting hot enough to do it. But every single metal screen that I've ever used ends up with a hole in it. And the bowls have a slight, barely noticeable metal taste to a certain extent. So even if something says that it's not off-gassing, I'm pretty sure it's fucking off-gassing. There's no way it's not. Why is there a hole in every single screen I've ever used? I think that the resin builds up on there and that helps it hold more heat when it's getting hot. There's some studies you can find that'll tell you how hot a cherry of like a cigarette is. But a bowl of flour will burn hotter and hotter the more flour that's in there that's lit at once and the harder you pull it. So I think that the flour bowls are definitely hot enough to melt through these screens because I've seen it. Brass screens, I probably rip 3 or 4 bowls and there's a hole in it. These stainless steel screens, maybe I can get 8 or 9, but there's always going to be a hole in it. You can taste the metal in each hit and you're definitely melting some of it. And yeah, sure, smoking isn't the healthiest thing. I'm literally lighting a plant on fire and breathing in the smoke. And there's only about 25-30% of the plant that I actually want to consume. The rest of it's just plant material. But personally, I don't want to add any metal to that. It can help you prolong the cleanliness of your piece. I did have a video a while ago where I was like, yeah, put an ash catcher on your piece and use a bowl with a screen and do all these steps and it'll help you keep your piece cleaner for longer. But honestly, just fucking clean your bong every day. It's so easy to do. It'll take you 2 minutes if you clean it every day. Don't try to prolong the cleanliness of it. Just have a clean fucking piece. Something like this is pretty cheap, but using screens can be annoying. Sure, it'll help some of the flour stay in the bowl. You're not going to pull unburnt flour. You're not going to pull your ash into your water as much. But after like 4 or 5 bowls, your screen has way less airflow, so your pulls are limited. If you're doing big bong rips, you can limit the airflow after one hit. Resin builds up on the screen so easily because it has to get forced through those small little holes. So I've used glass screens or glass jacks before, and I've had a similar experience. I think the glass on that is so small that it just conducts the heat a little bit more than your actual glass bowl. I think the best way to do it is just use a bowl with a built-in screen, but even some of those can get a little bit annoying after a while. Sometimes, depending on the glass, it's a little bit hard to clean or you always end up with a little resin spot in there. But still, I think it's better than putting a metal screen in there. But lately, most of my bowls, I just use one with a single hole in it. It gives me better airflow. I try not to pull too hard so I'm not pulling unburnt flour. And I don't mind snapping it. I'm not intentionally pulling to snap my bowls typically. I think most people that do that pull too hard and they pull unburnt flour into the bowl. But I'll try to pull my bowl slowly. The slower you pull it, the lower the temperature you're burning at. If you pull your bowl really hard, really fast, you're just going to make it combust more and burn at a hotter level. That's what melts screens and burns off your terps. But I try to pull a little bit slower, trying not to pull ash through. But seriously, just clean your piece every day. If you want to prolong the cleanliness of it, that's cool. But just clean it every day. It's so easy to do. I've heard of a couple of good quartz screens out there that I might try in the future. Quartz has a higher melting point than borosilicate or glass does. But still, I don't know. I don't really need the screen. I used them for years and years. And now I'm just like, fuck it. Fuck the screen. I don't really need it. I'll just have a little bit of intention when I'm pulling to not pull the ash through, and then I'll just clean my piece every day. But if you're using screens or you've been using screens every day, try a couple of hits without it. Let me know if you notice a taste difference. I got so used to it that I didn't think that there was a taste to it. And then I tried a few bowls after hitting screen after screen to no screen, and I'm like, the same bud, but it tastes a little different. So leave me a comment. What do you guys think about screens? Do you use them? Is there a screen out there I should try? I have had a few that were like, oh, this is surgical stainless steel and you can torch it as much as you want and it won't off gas. But still, at the end of the day, I just don't fucking need a screen. It ends up being more of a pain in the ass than anything, and I'm definitely smoking parts of the screen. Anyway, I hope I didn't rant too long about this. If you want to come get high with me, smoke with me on Twitch. We go live up to 9 p.m. Eastern for a smoke sesh. YouTube doesn't pay me any money, but Twitch does. If you have Amazon Prime, you can help me get paid without spending any money. Link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account and you can subscribe for free. Or if you don't have it, you can subscribe for $5. Help me add some more glass to the collection, eh? And if you want to see my glass pipe tier list, or the glass pipes that I think are the best to smoke with, check out this video right here. I break down a lot of the different common glass pipes you'll find. Have a lit day, my dudes.